Alert, responsive, dignified, and courageous. The American Akita is a unique dog breed that resembles a bear. They have an aloof and willful personality that makes for an excellent watchdog and powerful guard dog. If you're looking for a protector and loyal best friend, all wrapped into one big pup, this might be the perfect breed for you. However, there is a lot to know about this 20th century fighting dog brought back from Japan. So in this video today, we're going to take a closer look at the top 10 interesting facts about the one and only American Akita. But before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to express our thanks to all the original Akita owners in the video. The video would not have been possible without their help. So please check out these adorable dogs from the Instagram profiles from the links in the description below. And now, let's begin the list. Number 1. Their history. The Japanese and American Akitas were classed as one breed until the end of the Second World War, and their development up until that time was almost identical. Helen Keller is credited with bringing the Akita to America after being given 2 Akitas by the Japanese government in 1938. By 1939, a breed standard was established, and dog shows began to be held, but this development was interrupted by the Second World War. During this time, U.S. servicemen serving as part of the occupation force in Japan first came into contact with the Akita. The breed so impressed them that many service members chose to bring an Akita back home with them upon completion of their tour. Recognized by the American Kennel Club in 1955, the Akita was first placed in the miscellaneous class. The AKC did not approve the Akita standard until 1972, and it was moved to the working group. As such, the Akita is a rather new breed in the United States. Foundation stock in America continued to be imported from Japan until 1974. So as of 1974, Akitas born in Japan and registered with one of the Japanese registry systems were no longer eligible to be registered with the AKC. This decision set the stage for the divergence in type between the American Akita and Japanese Akita Inu that is present today. Elsewhere in the world, one American Akita was first introduced to the UK in 1937. He was a Canadian import owned by Mrs. Jensen. The descendants of Mrs. Jensen live on today, breeding American Akitas. The most widely known of these is Mr. Joseph Felton, an award-winning Akita breeder. But the breed was not itself widely known until the early 1980s. The breed was introduced in Australia in 1982 with an American import and to New Zealand in 1986 with an import from the UK. Number 2. Their physical features. The American Akita is a big-boned, hefty breed with an imposing and powerful appearance. Male American Akitas reach a height of 26 to 28 inches at the withers, whereas females reach up to 24 to 26 inches. And when it comes to their weight, males' weight can range from 100 to 145 pounds, whereas females weigh around 80 to 120 pounds. Their head is massive but is in balance with their body and also free of wrinkle when at ease. Their skull is flat between ears and is broad, whereas jaws are square and powerful with minimal dewlap. They have a well-defined stop that's not too abrupt. Their nose is broad and black, their ears are strongly erect and small in relation to the rest of the head, and their eyes are dark brown, small, deep-set, and triangular in shape. American Akitas are double-coated. Their outer coat is straight, harsh, and stands somewhat off-body, whereas their undercoat is thick, soft, dense, and shorter than outer coat. Number 3. American Akita versus Japanese Akita. One of the best ways to tell the difference between American Akitas and Japanese ones is to look at their heads. Akita Inus have more fox-like features, and American Akitas look like bears. Japanese Akitas have more pointy features, such as the snout and a slightly smaller head, whereas American Akitas are boxier with a large head. The Japanese Akita is accepted in 4 colors: white, red fawn, sesame, and brindle. This smaller Japanese dog breed can sometimes appear a little orangey. The American Akita, on the other hand, can also be these 4 colors, plus black, silver, pinto, gray, brindle, and red. They usually have a dark mask on their face, which the Japanese Akita Inu doesn't always have. The Japanese Akita will usually have the iconic tightly curled tail that many of us associate with this dog breed. It's large, fluffy, and can curl onto the dog's back. The American Akita, however, may have a less tightly curled tail. Both Akita varieties have triangular ears, but the American Akita's ears may be a little more pointed and the Japanese Akita's ears can sit further forward. Number 4. Their temperament. The Akita is a proud and confident breed, and they can be challenging, particularly for the first-time owners. Owners often describe them as stubborn and willful, but they are exceptionally loyal and form very close bonds with their people. These guys can be very suspicious of strangers, making them great watchdogs. When properly socialized and trained from a young age, American Akitas make great pets and service dogs. American Akitas are very independent, and this makes them a little bit stubborn and challenging to train. This is why they're not recommended for inexperienced dog owners. These guys are very intelligent, and they're generally clean and quiet to live with. Akitas have a genetic predisposition for intolerance of other dogs, especially those of the same sex. And as a hunting breed, they also have a strong prey drive. Number 5. They make fantastic working dogs. It should come as no surprise that American Akitas make useful working dogs, as that's their classification to begin with. While they have been used primarily for watching, guarding, hunting, and fighting, Akitas are also known to be excellent army dogs thanks to their fierce and strong nature. These guys also have been used as sled dogs many times in the past. Akitas can also be reliable rescue dogs, as well as therapy dogs. It takes a while to train these guys to work these jobs, but once they're trained, American Akitas will be one of the best workers you could ever come across with. Number 6. Their trainability. As you'd imagine, independent breeds like the Akita are especially difficult to train. But some people do enjoy this aspect of the breed and like to think of it as a fun challenge. Akitas indeed have a reputation of being notorious for being problematic when not trained properly. The American Akita requires clear and consistent boundaries from day one. These dogs require a strict disciplinarian owner because they are intelligent and stubborn by nature. This is what makes them so tricky to train. For this reason, new dog owners may want to think twice before adopting this breed. Obedience classes may also be beneficial for new owners and those who want the extra training help. It's also a good idea to well socialize and expose your Akita to varying environments from puppyhood into adulthood. Number 7. Their grooming. For such a big fluffy dog, Akitas are pretty easy to groom. This dog is similar to cats in that they like to groom and maintain their appearance. But you will definitely find yourself grooming your house more than your dog because the breed sheds a lot. Yes, the Akita does shed heavily. They have a thick, hardy double coat that goes through several seasonal coat blows every year. The breed does shed year-round, but the shedding will increase drastically during these periods of coat change. Owners of an Akita should regularly brush out the coat, as well as utilize a forced dryer to encourage coat regrowth and prevent the coat from becoming impacted. Akita should also regularly have their nails trimmed and filed down. We suggest you groom your Akita a few times per week to help manage shedding and support proper oil distribution in their fur. It's also a good idea to bathe them a few times per month and trim their toenails once a month. Number 8. Their exercise needs. The American Akita needs loads of exercise, so they are most suitable for outdoorsy and energetic owners. At least 1 to 2 hours of walking daily is the minimum requirement for this breed to burn off their energy. They do well with long walks in cool weather, hikes, and playtime in the yard. Ensure there's plenty of space wherever you plan to have your playtime because Akitas need a lot of room to run. Since they are larger and heavier dogs, you may want to be wary of their surroundings before playtime because they may knock things over while playing. We suggest you have your Akita play a game or learn tasks that require them to carry something in their mouth. They enjoy these games as they stimulate their minds and appeal to their innate hunting nature. Because these guys are classified as working dogs, Akitas are accustomed to exercising while on the job. So if you're someone who likes to hunt, the Akita makes the perfect fighting and hunting companion. Number 9. Their diet and nutrition. The American Akita requires a proper diet of high-quality dry foods mixed with fresh foods. Their protein needs are essential to maintain their robust physical structure. The best amount to go off is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. How much you feed your Akita will vary depending on their physical activity level. Ask for regular weigh-ins at the vet to determine whether you need to give your pup more or less food. Since Akita puppies grow up to be large dogs, you likely need to adjust your puppy's feeding regime monthly to match their growth. We recommend starting your puppy with a smaller amount, split into more feedings throughout the day. By feeding your pup up to 4 times a day, you'll be able to support their metabolism, energy levels, and their overall development. Number 10. Their health. The American Akita is a healthy breed with a lifespan of approximately 12 to 15 years. This is relatively long, especially for large dogs. Even though the Akita is a healthy breed, they have a small gene pool in the United States. This means they're more prone to various genetic and other diseases, including hip and elbow dysplasia, progressive retinal atrophy, von Willebrand's disease, cataracts, sebaceous adenitis, gastric torsion or bloat, osteosarcoma, patellar luxation, and epilepsy. Autoimmune disease also appears within the breed, but not all can be detected with a DNA test. Due to these risks, a buyer should only purchase a puppy from a breeder whose breeding dogs have passed all verified health tests. But don't be too alarmed after hearing all these health issues. Not all Akitas will get any or all of these diseases. But remember, no matter how healthy your dog may appear, visit the vet frequently for regular health screening in order to detect and if possible avoid any health complications early on. Alright guys, with that we've come to the end of our list of top 10 interesting facts about the American Akita. Thank you so much for watching the video. Do you own one of these dignified and courageous working dogs? If you do let us know about the unique traits in the comments below. Please leave a thumbs up and share the video if you liked it. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting facts on other dog breeds, and I'll see you in the next one.